Hello friends, on day 21 of our commit challenge, we are building up to crow pose, bakasana. It is an arm balance and we haven't got much time to get into it. Now, maybe you are somebody that is already very familiar with this shape and you can do it. Well, there's always different variations that you can try. So obviously there may be the temptation just to skip and be like, oh, I can do that one. But we like repetition in yoga, in our asana. We get to build strength that way. So even if you can already do this shape, there is nothing wrong with being in this practice. For those of you that are new here, I am Cat Meffan and I am your yoga teacher for today and on this challenge. And I am the founder of an app called the Soul Sanctuary. So let's get on into it. We're actually going to start, don't know why I came to seated. We're going to start laying down. And I'm just going to draw the knees into the chest. Close the eyes. So just gently with the knees into the chest, arms down by the sides. Just noticing your breath. And just grounding yourself here as we always do in every practice. And you're going to reach the legs all the way up to the sky with the arms and start to take circles with the ankles and the wrists. And then going back the other way. I forgot to tell you what our word of the day is. Our word of the day is energize. So we're building up to a strong asana, building our energy as we go. And then we're going to shake the hands, shake the legs. Maybe a nice big releasing breath. Amazing. Draw the knees into the chest, hands onto the knees. Push those knees away and then open the hips as you draw the knees round to the chest. Push away, out to the side and in. And going the other way. And then drawing those knees into the chest, reach the arms long by the side and then reach up. So we're lifting ourselves into this crunched position. Now, trying now to reach the arms up to the sky, can you connect your knees either to the elbows or even higher? And then you're going to place the palms of the hands facing upwards. So you're basically in a crow pose on the floor here. And you're going to pulse your knees out and then in. Out and in. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Release down. Take a breath, and then we're going to do something similar before we come all the way up onto our hands. So we're going to do the same, well, sort of the same again, but we're going to try and get those knees as high up as we can on the arms. And it might be that they're only about here. That's absolutely fine. But you're going to try and find those knees as high as you can and then squeeze the heels towards the bottom. And we're going to hold here. So taking an inhale, exhale. Keep holding, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, feeling that heat rise, last breath, and exhale, amazing. Release the hands, start to rock yourself forwards and backwards, seeing if you can get enough momentum to come onto the feet and press the hands down, lean forwards. So like I'm doing here, so I want to then send, as I lean forwards, I want to send my shoulders over my wrists, and then I'm going to rock back and do the same again. Push up, rock forwards. My feet are down the whole time. And 2 more like that. And again. Rock it forwards. Beautiful. Lower the knees down to the earth here and then sit back on the heels. You're going to reach your arms out in front of you and start to make this kind of like flicking water sensation here with the hands. Immediately you're going to feel The forearms definitely from this, but just from holding the arms out in front of us, we'll feel the upper arm and the shoulders working as well. And then shake it all out. Beautiful. Place the hands down, step the feet back, finding your way to a downward facing dog. Taking a couple of breaths here, pedaling out through the feet. Maybe a little shake, nod of the head, just finding some rhythm. Now, in case you want to just have a quick look to the screen, we're going to be coming from a 3-leg dog. So inhale, right leg rises, and we're going to exhale, shift the shoulders forwards and get that knee as high up as we can onto the right arm. I'm going to go for 5 of these on the right side. So for 1, and back. For 2, and back. For 3, and back. For 4, take it back, and for 5, take it all the way back, lower right leg down, switch sides 5 times on the left leg. Let's go. For 1, take it high, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Step it all the way back, lowering down to the knees. Sit back on the heels, shake those hands out. So getting used to having your shoulders over your wrists is a big part of Bakasana because we're in this lean sensation. So just while we're here, place the hands down either side of the knees, shift the shoulders forward so that you are over. And we're going to go for kind of like a Lolasana sort of prep work here, but keeping the feet down. So shoulders forwards, and you're just going to try and draw your knees into your chest. By the way, this is harder than actual crow pose, in my opinion. Okay, so keeping those shoulders forwards, really pushing down through the hands. Let's lift up for 3, 2, 1. Lower it down. Really, really nice. In between each one, you can just give the wrists a little bit of love. So we're going to do that 2 more times, and then we're going to start to move towards our crow pose. For those of you that want to take Ekapada Bakasana, which is your one-legged, then you absolutely can when we get there. So let's go for 5 counts on this one. So shoulders forwards, drawing the knees up for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower it down, roll those shoulders back, release the wrists. And then we go 1 more time. So let's go 5 counts. Let's power up, find that energy for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Shake out the wrists, place the hands down, step it all the way back to a downward facing dog. From here, we're going to jump to Malasana. So that's the feet to the outside edges of the hands. So hopping it forwards and drop the bottom down. So anytime that you're in a practice where Bakasana crow pose is offered and you're not feeling it, this is a really nice kind of stretchy, and you can make it fluid place to come. So we're going to start to move towards Bakasana. Those of you with a jump back and you want to flow through, you can absolutely do that, and I'll show that in a moment. Now there's options as well for blocks here. For some people, blocks won't help because it does require you to be quite compact. But for other people, they will really help underneath the feet to get those hips high. My biggest tip for you in this crow pose is where you are looking. If you're looking down, you're going to go down. So I want you to look forwards, like on the diagonal. If you want to put a cushion or a bolster in front of you, if you're worried about face planting, you can. And if you're just new to this and you're just starting, there's nothing wrong with you putting your knees outside of your elbows. It might not be what the textbook shows, but to get flight and to feel into that, there is nothing wrong with that. So I want to lean to the point that I don't need to lift my feet off. They just fly off because of the counterweight. And then I draw my heels to my butt. And then I can do a very sloppy flow through. So you're going to have a play around with that just a few times. Like I said, for those of you that have a solid crow, If you've already done one and you want to then work into your Ekapada Bakasana, we're going to come into it from a shortened downward facing dog stance. So I'm going to show you that now. I actually really struggle with this asana, so I don't even know that I'm going to be able to do it. It's highly unlikely. But I'm going to show you how to get there, even if I can't take flight. So we're going to come up, and then we want to lean, 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 lean. Right knee coming onto that right elbow. And yeah, not going to take flight. You can obviously do it from a lot closer. Some people do it from down here if you were in a little twist, and then you want to come up, and then you take flight from here. Whee! 1 second of take flight. I just find that unbelievably hard. But again, it is a lot to do with counterweight. The difference being why that one leg is it's harder for me because I've got a very heavy leg. So the counterweight is even more important and it helps me to get the leg higher, but then that's harder. So having your last little play around, and then we're going to see if we can want to just, for our last minute or so, try a couple of twisted or side bakasanas. So we haven't done much twisting, but we'll just see what happens. So from here, we're going to come to a toe stand. So well done, those of you trying your bakasana, maybe for the first time, maybe for the 100th time. We're going to take a little toe stand here, and you're going to see if you can just take your left elbow over your right knee and just get a little twist. You can open the arms out if you want. And then coming all the way back through center. And we'll take it over to the other side. So right elbow over the left knee. Find the balance in that twist, and then option to open those arms all the way out. And coming back to center. So with our revolved crow, there are two variations of doing it, using either one elbow or two elbows. And the two elbows is almost like a bit of a cheat if you can get that compact. So I'll show you without two elbows to begin with. I've got my twist, and I want to stack my right knee on top of this left elbow. I start to lift my hips as, again, I lean, 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 lean. And once again, it's all about the counterweight. I can't stress that enough with all of these crow poses. So much of it is counterweight. Obviously, you need the mobility in the twist. And then for those of you that have a very compact squat here, but maybe don't have as much strength in that left side, you can actually hop your bottom onto the back elbow as well, and then find your crow pose here. And then it's a little bit easier to take other variations like so. So give it a go on both sides. We're going to turn to the other side, and then we'll have a little moment to rest and digest. And then slowly, you're going to bring yourself all the way down to your knees. You're going to interlace the hands together and just move through those hands. And take that the other way. And then shake out the hands. Reach the arms all the way up to the sky. Take a big breath in. And then just bow yourself down over into a narrow leg child's pose, closing down the eyes. Maybe taking a little rock side to side. Last couple of breaths here. And gently peeling yourself all the way up. Take an inhale, reach the arms high. Exhale, palms through the heart space. Thank you all so much for finding your energy on the mat today. I hope that you were in some way, shape, or form able to take flight, even if that was with a toe off the ground or you were doing every single variation. Well done for showing up in a practice yet again. I hope you enjoyed that one, and I'll see you on the mat again very soon. Bye bye.